Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Well, I've just pressed the button that says I've gone live. So I would imagine, I'm hoping that in the next few moments you'll begin to join me. I felt as though I couldn't let these days go by without doing a live stream with you, because there's so much happening in the heavens, so much happening in the stars. We've got the solstice coming up tomorrow, which is always a pivotal moment. We've got a solar eclipse coming up on Christmas Day, or the 26th, depending where you live. And we've got a lunar eclipse coming on the 10th of January. And we've got Uranus going direct on the 11th. And we've got Saturn and Pluto coming together on the 12th. So this is a very compact time of a lot of intense and powerful energies. And so my purpose in doing this live stream with you today was to co-create with you, because the things that I say, I plan very little. I do plan some. I meditate a lot before speaking with you. It's on my mind, I'm cogitating. But actually, when I press that button, I have a very clear mind, and I'm just allowing to come through also what I feel you are pulling from me. So it is a co-creation here. And what I am hoping to accomplish is that with these powerful aspects, no matter what's going on in your life, you can maybe see it from a wider perspective, or if not a wider perspective, maybe different lenses. So instead of going around with red lenses, you can have yellow ones or green ones or pink ones. It's really like going into your wardrobe and seeing how you've got a lot of different colors and you can mix and match. And that's what I'm trying to do with the astrology, is show you that you can mix and match different things and create different results. So, that being said, let's look at the main things that are coming up, that are themes that are being repeated. So one of the themes that is coming again and again and again is Capricorn energy. Now please, you don't have to be a Capricorn to be able to appreciate this. No matter who you are, whatever date you're born on, somewhere in your chart, you will have Capricorn and Cancer. So you're looking for these two glyphs in your chart. They're going to be written maybe like this. These are Capricorn and Cancer. All right, Capricorn and Cancer. These are the two signs that you're looking for to see which two houses in your chart are being activated by these energies, because it's important. Maybe it's your first house and your seventh house, so that's you and your relationships. Maybe it's your second and your eighth, that's your money and your gifts and your talents and your self-confidence. Maybe it's your third and your ninth. That's to do with networking, it's to do with learning and studying and sharing information and inspiration. Maybe it's your fourth and 10th. Well, that's going to be your home, your family, your security, and your career and your work. 5th and 11th, that could be everything to do with maybe becoming self-employed, having a bit more fun in your life, your creative abilities, and your friends, and your bigger dreams and wishes. Maybe it's your 6th and 12th. Well, that could have to do with your health, your work, serving others, and your spiritual growth. So somewhere there are particular life areas. But even aside from that, Capricorn, when I think of the sign Capricorn, I think of, it's an earth sign, but I think of the spirit of endurance, discipline. How can you know, Crystal, thank you for the question. How can you know which house it's in? Get your chart. You can get a free chart from my website, yourastrologysigns.com. If you go to reports, the first little thing underneath, it says free report. If you enter in your date, time and place of birth, you'll get your free chart. And then look for those glyphs and see which houses. Yes, on my website. Okay, great. Now, so Capricorn is this energy of working hard. It's ruled by Saturn. So it's hard working. It's disciplined. Is it all one? Yes, yourastrologysigns.com. Thank you, Denise. So it's about discipline, and there's a certain energy to Capricorn which is, I've got to make it. I've got to make it in the world, even if I have to suppress my emotions. It's the opposite to Cancer. Yeah, we're dealing with these energies of Capricorn and Cancer over these next several months. And so if you can get inside the archetype, if you can understand what Cancer is about, and it doesn't matter if you don't know your time of birth and you don't know your chart, it's nice if you do, but if you don't, this is still important. It still will have relevance for you. I have people who don't even know their date of birth. Sometimes they're asking me and they know within a week or even 2 weeks. So don't worry about it. Yeah, if you know it, great. If not, it's okay. So we're looking at this energy of Capricorn, which is very weighted for these next couple of weeks. Really strong. We've got the Sun in Capricorn. In the next couple of weeks, Mercury will go in Capricorn. We've got Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in Capricorn. We've got to pay attention to what does Capricorn mean. So it's looking at your work ethic. Are you ethical in work? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Are you honest? Are you hardworking? Where are you being a bit lazy? Where do you need to just push through a bit more? And it might not be easy, yeah? So the Capricorn energy is, I'm going to work through something. I'm going to work hard to make sure that I do accomplish what I want to accomplish. So Capricorn energy can be very driven. This applies to you whether you are a Capricorn or not, because it's affecting us globally. Capricorn affects structure. How are you structuring your world? How are you using time? Are you wasting time? Are you using time constructively? These are all the energies of Capricorn. Now, what we're also looking at is the energy of Cancer. So we've got the South Node is in Capricorn. The South Node has everything to do with the fact that many of us remember the hard times. This has been hard, this has been difficult. And we are being asked to extend ourselves, to go beyond that which is comfortable. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. For example, my lovely auntie, my Auntie Jenny, is 97. Bless her heart, I love her to bits. And she had a friend come round the other day, a friend with a lot of problems. And she sat and listened to her for a couple of hours. And she said, you know, afterwards, she said, I felt quite drained. But she said, you know, I went and I had a cup of tea, and after 10 minutes, I felt a lot better. She said, because really, that lady did need to get a lot off her chest. And it was good that I listened to her. So I thought, wow, 97 years old, and she's extending herself like that. So I noticed myself, the other day I was on the market, and there's a stall holder on the market, dear Costas, and he's going through a terrible time at the moment. Every time I see him, I get a long list of all the things that he's going through. And really, I listen, I empathize there with him. So this week, I was in a bit of a hurry, and I felt a bit of resistance come up in me when I saw his face, and I thought, oh, he needs to talk. And I thought, no, I thought of my Auntie Jenny. I thought of her, and I thought, if she at 97 can extend herself, I can extend myself. And if I'm a little bit late because I needed to listen to Costas, I'll be a little bit late for the next appointment. And it just felt good to do that. It felt better to be able to extend. So Capricorn Energy is asking you to extend, to go beyond what is comfortable. Okay, now Cancer Energy. And Cancer learns to, and Capricorn learns to steel itself a bit. It says, well, this is going to be cold, or this is going to hurt. But okay, Capricorn, for example, would say, it hurts and it means I'm alive, right? Okay, that's Capricorn energy. The Cancer energy, which is where the North Node is what we need to balance this Capricorn energy with, which is kindness, which is gentleness, which is allowing tears if necessary, which is a big hug, which is eating a lot if you feel like it. It's that nourishment. It's the needed nourishment. The way I see it, Capricorn is the external. Capricorn rules the bones, the skeleton. I know it's not really external, but if you like, it houses those inner sensitive organs. So we've got Capricorn, the bones, the structure, and Cancer, the breasts, the stomach, the digestion, the inner organs, deep inside. So if you like, Capricorn protects that, and it finds it quite hard sometimes to be able to be very vulnerable, but we are being asked to be able to balance those energies. So Cancer is very much about remembering that we are not separate beings. Yeah, the Capricorn is this earth sign that says we're separate. We've got separate bodies, and we do have separate bodies. And we each live individual lives. But with the Cancer energy, we are one part of one big family, a very big family. And I love this quote that I just read from the Dalai Lama. And he says, when I meet people, I think of them as long-term friends. I don't think of them as strangers. Wow. What a way to approach your world. To see everybody you meet, every soul, as a long-term friend. Imagine, how would you behave? How would you be? Would you be kinder? Would you be more patient? Would you be more allowing? This is the energy that we're working with. I'm being asked a question, and the question is, Crystal, the free reading doesn't give you the numbers of the houses, just the signs. We're going to have to deal with that on another video, all right? I'm doing other videos to be able to tune up your knowledge of astrology. I am going to do these free videos on YouTube. I do have some paid courses that go into more depth that you can buy, but I also want to make this information available to as many of you as possible. I think it's important, I think it's really valuable. As above, so below, the stars affect us. The moon affects us. The moon energy. Mercury retrograde affects us. All these different things affect us. And we can use these energies constructively. And that's my purpose of sharing the astrology with you. So, we're working up to this energy of the Capricorn solar eclipse in a few days. And also the Cancer lunar eclipse in January. So eclipses are always opportunities to reset, to reboot, to recalibrate. Now, these are not easy times on our planet. Yes, they're not. They're not ho, ho, ho and a bottle of rum type of energy. We have to be able to make it and to mold what we are experiencing and see it with different eyes. To look at the pains and the vicissitudes of life that we're going through. And if we can see one another as friends, as long-term friends, like the Dalai Lama inspires us to do. Imagine that. I feel like John Lennon here. I feel like he's coming through. Imagine a world where we are one. And these eclipses are about the Capricorn energy, where we each have to work through our behavior patterns, our negative ways of being, our difficulties. We've got to get strong and be willing to go beyond and not start pity parties and all those kinds of things and say, all right, this is bloody hard, but what are the ways through? What can I do? And sometimes it might be a matter of just taking your mind off something and going and helping somebody else for a while, or singing a song, or listening to a piece of music, because there's a lot of fear-mongering coming up, especially with Saturn and Pluto coming together on January the 12th. Saturn and Pluto can bring a lot of fears. Oh my goodness, fears about the economy, fears about your health, fears about your security, fears about safety, fears about food. I mean, the list goes on about what we can be afraid of. And I had it the other day, it came up big time. I had some more tooth pain, this Capricorn thing, teeth, goodness. I saw the dentist, and he wasn't sure whether it was a fracture or not. But the pain was going on for a little while, and then he said, well, you know, I think you need to have it extracted, and I'll put an implant in at the same time. He said, and while I'm at it, I'll do the gap next to it. And it was like, where did this come from? And he said, and he was saying to me, he said, well, you know, it's the holidays now. You'd be well advised to get it done so that you're not going to be in pain over the holidays. And I felt really pressured. It was this energy of being pushed out of fear. And I said, no. I said, you know what? I feel pressurized, and you're not even sure that this tooth needs to be extracted, and it feels too much. And I told him no. Even despite him telling me, I think you're making a bad decision. I thought, I will not be pushed from a fear viewpoint. So if anybody's pushing you out of fear, or you're pushing yourself out of fear, stop and say to yourself, there's another solution here. There's another creative way through this. You see, there's always other ways. And I'm reminded again out of fear. Dear Donald Trump, some of you love him, some of you hate him. It's all right. I'm not getting into politics here. Believe me, I'm not. Some people love Boris, some people hate. But Donald Trump said one thing that stays with me. Don't get attached to the deal. I've had that with property, with renting, with buying, all these things. Oh, you better be quick. It's going to go. If somebody's rushing you and you feel pressured, that Saturn-Pluto energy is strong now. Usually the answer needs to be no. Because you might be pushed into something that you might be regretting afterwards. So stay strong. Remember, the Capricorn energy can be very strong. And just say, no, I'll find another solution. There'll be another deal. There's not this one property. There's not this one house. There's not this one soulmate. There's not this one situation that I have to rush into. It's very, very rare, unless there's, God forbid, an earthquake or something where you've got to move quickly. Otherwise, very often, you're getting pushed into a fear energy. So see if you can be aware of that. I hope that's not happening for you, but if it comes up, maybe you'll remember this. There is always light on the horizon. Yes, there is always a light somewhere. You might have to look hard for it. Very hard. And again, not fearing what could come. Saying to yourself, I am not going to get into a fear-mongered place. No, I'm not. There will be solutions. There will be help. There will be ways round it. I look at Israel now. Yes, I know again, I'm not getting involved in politics. Some of you love, some of you hate. It's okay. Let's not go there. But how innovative they had to get because of drought and water issues. They planted more trees than almost any other country. They have got more growth, they are desalinization, because they've only got ocean around them. They were innovators in that area. So where there is a problem is often your greatest place for innovation and growth and learning and getting stronger, building muscles that you didn't think you had. So, yeah, how about relaxing into the present moments? Yes, there is being able to relax into it. And it might not be comfortable. I mean, I can tell you I'm going through struggles and hardships a lot, and I know so many of you are. I mean, life is kind of like that. You get a bit of a free running, but there are always things, if it's not happening to you, it's happening to a dear one, or a loved one, or a friend. And we're being called now, each one of us, I feel, to get strong in our spirit, the Capricorn energy, and to become warm in our hearts, the Cancer energy. To remember to be soft, to remember to be kind, to remember that we are brothers and sisters of the same essence. In essence, we are the same. We might look different. It'd be strange if we looked all the same, wouldn't it? Wouldn't be quite so interesting. But I can honestly say that the challenges that are appearing for us globally and personally are opportunities for growth, but through that growth, because of the Cancerian element here, I feel, is that we need to care for one another as family and really see that somewhere down the line, somewhere, we're all related. Now, isn't that something? So, I could go on, but it is 23:33 here. And I know some of you are just beginning your day, maybe over in California. Well, it's not really the beginning of the day, but it's the middle of the day-ish. But I wanted to wish you a wonderful solstice. A solstice is a great time for, and being kind to yourself, yes, is a great time now for meditating upon some of these things that I've been sharing with you, but also for asking for the things that you are desiring. What is it that you're wanting? What are you praying for? It's like a portal opens. You can set new intentions, really clear intentions. Remember that your words are very powerful, so use words sparingly, carefully, and with deep intention. So my desire is to say to you, thank you for being a part of my family, for helping me to grow with you together. I'm going to set some big intentions and wishes for this solstice, for myself, for you, for all of us together, for our earth. And I think that more help is coming in than we've ever had before. Somehow, because things are breaking down and changing, I think this is an opportunity to invite in more of the help that is out there. It really is there. We just have to invite it. So thank you very, very much for being with you. Happy solstice, happy solar eclipse, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas. And I'll do another video, I hope, before the new year, and I hope you'll join me. Thank you for liking the video. I'd appreciate it if you press that thumbs up. And thank you for being with me. Bye for now.